Port Jervis, and welcome to the Port Center Spotlight Podcast. My name is Andrew Mabrata, host of the podcast. Super proud, super excited here on a Port Pride Friday to chat with today's guest, celebrate all things Port Jervis, celebrate our students. This is Miss Jessica Sang, senior here at Port Jervis High School. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Jess, normally when people don't have black and red on a Friday, it's a problem. It's not a good thing. But you got orange on today. You have an announcement for us?
Yeah, I'm committed to Utica University.
Very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. We're going to get to Utica and Jessica's story here in a moment. Just a quick announcement. The high school is finishing up Regents Week this week. There's testing, midterms at the middle school, things like that. There is no school Wednesday. This is new for us, new for our calendar, but the Lunar New Year is on Wednesday, so there's no school. I think that's the 29th.
The 29th.
Yeah,
that's a Wednesday.
But it's a Port Pride Friday. It is very cold, and we're all done with the cold. But we are excited again to talk to senior Jessica Sang. Jess, I want to apologize all of the changes in the schedule, but we made it. You didn't even have school today.
I know.
And you came.
I came just for Mr. Murata.
Awesome. Well, we got you on the podcast. We're excited. So let's start with you. Let's talk about your senior year, and let's talk about this decision, Utica. How did that all come to be?
It was a big decision because I wasn't comfortable about, just going far, especially when Utica is like 3 hours away. And I'm my parents' only child, and they don't want me to go far. So it was big, but having conversation with people just to getting to know them more, I got comfortable. So it's Utica's it. I'm also committed to their track and field. So I look forward to it.
Yeah. And you're going to study criminal justice. Is that a definite, or you're going to wait and see a little bit?
Well, I'm going to wait and see how it is first. And then I'm not 100% sure yet, but I just know I'm going there.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it must feel good. Was today like the first announcement day, or?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll have to rock the Utica stuff again on Monday because all the kids will be back.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. It's an exciting time for our seniors. And you'll work with Mr. Stellato and your credits and all of that kind of stuff, what transfers, all of that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
Cool. Talk to me about the track and field too. Is there a specific event that you'll do when you get there, or is that something you work out with the coach? Talk to me about the track and field and how all those different events fit in.
So I've been throwing ever since middle school. So
the shot put.
Yes, it was
javelin too, or just shot put?
Javelin. We've been working on it last year, but I wasn't too good on it. So we're gonna stick to shot put and discus. I would say hammer. We might be doing hammer in college, but I'm still gonna have a conversation about hammer because I'm not too good on it, but you gotta push through and do whatever
try
you
those
can.
things. Are all three of those events? Do you spin? Do you spin on all three?
No, I only do discus.
You spin with discus.
Yeah, I spin with discus. Hammer, it's a little bit complicated because you gotta have the stability to stay on the ground. If you don't, you're gonna also throw yourself too with the hammer. But yeah.
Cool. Well, it's exciting, Jess. Certainly, again, you are a standout young person here. Very excited, so we're happy for you. Let's talk a little bit about Port Jervis, your time here. Jess, I always knew you as someone who was always looking to help. Whether we were hosting an activity, whether it's a regular day here in guidance, you were just always there and say, oh, what can I do? How can I help? Where does that come from? Where did that service nature in you come from?
I would say it comes from my parents, especially they came to the country for me to have a better life and for me to, like, get to know people. And so when I started elementary at ASK, well, now it was hard. They were worried that I didn't get to like understand people or like make friends, but it's just more of I got comfortable. Sport made me feel like I belong here, and like
Aw.
even though I'm from a different culture, and like it's just people are so open here, and like I got so comfortable. So I was like, hey, how are you? And like just helping and seeing having the ability to like help other people, it's just makes me happy, and seeing other people happy.
Yeah, it kind of became like an ambassador here. You would
Yeah.
greet people. You were, again, showing them around at open houses and things like that, always with a smile. But really, I mean, just like if you added up all the events that you volunteered at over the years, I mean, it's in the hundreds. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot
Yes.
of events. So we thank you. You've really, we talk about poor pride. We try to model poor pride, but you've lived poor pride. In the intro, it says poor pride in action. You've done
Yeah.
that. You've done that. Yeah, it's really cool. So thank you for all of that. What are some things that stand out to you, Jess? Like if you look back at your time, not only in the high school, the middle school, and you mentioned ASK, what are some things that you fondly remember?
I remember Miss Gable, Mr. Cancredi, and it was a funny moment where the first time I was sitting in lunch and I was eating and I was all by myself. I fell back in the chair and I was all alone. I was crying, and that was how I got to meet Mr. Cancredi, and he helped me introduce me to like everyone, and I came a fan favorite in elementary.
Did he say this is the wonderful, amazing, incredible Jessica Sang,
Yes,
everyone? Yeah,
yes,
you are. You are all of those things. So you remember that moment.
yes. That
Oh,
was like the biggest thing that I would never forget ever.
awesome. Very cool. Jess, again, heavily involved in clubs and activities, but track and field too. Have you been involved the whole time in high school and modified? When did you get involved with track?
I got involved with track when I was like in 8th grade,
Okay.
and I was like, let's start. I was I was gonna do something fun. I didn't. Track wasn't a thing for me. I didn't. I was like, let's do it. My friends are doing it. I'm doing it. Okay, let's do it. I didn't realize it was just gonna be for the rest of my life. So I don't know. It was it was a lot.
Yeah. And Coach Wright has been your coach the whole time here in the high school? Mr.
Yes,
Dubatoka, right?
yes.
Okay.
But just to let you guys know, don't ever say no to him, because you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna say no. I told him it was discus. I started to love shot put so much, and Wright saw something in me, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. Yeah, and then I started to go to sections, and you know, start going up there and have all these coaches watch me, and I'm like, yay! And then I came to Wright one day. I was like, you were right. Right.
Well, and again, the coaches, your teachers, pushing you just enough out of your comfort zone to make you try new things, but you say yes. You do it. You show up with a smile. You show up prepared. All of those things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Jess, it hasn't been perfect all the time. You've had some challenges. You've had some medical challenges, a number of surgeries over the years, including tearing your ACL here. Talk to me about working through those and coming back to be here with a smile, to be here with a good attitude. Was it hard working through those?
I would definitely say it was very hard because it was middle school. We had COVID, and I was going back and forth to my doctors, and being able to like catch up on everything and work. And Miss Target, my counselor, she was amazing, and all
Aw.
my teachers, especially Mr. Spears, and like he was there for me, and I'm like I had a big community just supporting me.
You have Mr. Spears in the middle school, and now you have him again as a
Yes,
senior?
yes.
Wow, talk about bookends there. Pretty cool.
And he just watched me grow, and he's always wondering how I have a smile on my face. I'm like, I just keep going. You just gotta keep going.
Wow.
But definitely, I would say my ACL, my hopefully last surgery,
Yeah.
it did take a big toll on me because I was like watching all my friends just doing what I can't do.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I did have that moment where I'm like, ugh, I quit. I'm not gonna do it until I'm like Ryan Ross, for example, he did tear his ACL and he saw me. I was like, you got this. You just gotta keep going. I know. He was like, I know it's hard and stuff, and like
He said that to you?
yeah,
Oh,
we had a
wow.
big conversation about
Wow.
because he knows that I'm going through the same thing as he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even know who he was until he saw me and he was like, hey, if you ever need help, I'm always there for you.
Wow.
And so yeah.
That is a great story, Jess. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, very cool. And it's so nice to hear that people supported you and through that. It does go back to your spirit, though, Jess. You're very approachable. You're very open to talking with people. The students, definitely, but also the adults. Not every young person is so comfortable talking to the adults, but here you are with Miss Shields. You're in guidance here. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's people that think you work here.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, there was this one day where I'm just helping, and the shoe was like, hey, can you just bring this and that out? I was like, yeah, of course. And I never met these middle school teachers, and they're like, you work here? Are you new? I'm like, no, I'm a student here.
I will work here one day.
One
Get you
day.
back. Was the ACL injury through track, or did it happen outside of school?
It was during gym.
Oh.
I was playing flag football,
Mm.
and I ran, and like I just turned my body, but my knee didn't turn and crack.
Oh.
And I'm
You
like,
heard that? You heard
yeah.
it?
Well, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And I was walking the hallway and I was like the throbbing I felt in my
Oh my
leg.
God, really?
Mr. Sharsky was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. And my counselor, Mr. Salato, also saw me too, and he was like, I think you teared your ACL. I was like, no, you're lying. So want to
He
get that.
knew. Yeah.
He knew, but I didn't want it to take it to heart, and I went to get the MRI. He was like, I'm sorry, but you completely tear your ACL.
Oh. Wow.
It was pretty bad.
Wow. But you're healed now. Are you doing,
Yes.
you doing winter track now, or are you waiting for spring?
I'm just waiting for spring mainly, but we're just waiting for the note from my doctor just to like
To be cleared, yeah.
completely clear me
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna slowly ease into it.
Okay. But you're meeting with the coaches up at Utica, and it's
Yes.
something that you hope to do up there.
Yes.
Very cool. Jessica, again, your relationships with people, your relationships with your teachers, your senior year here, your high school staff. Miss Crone is somebody who has really helped you out. Math department. Talk to me about math and your relationship there with Miss Crone.
Miss Crone, she is my biggest cheerleader ever. So I had her for 2 years. Well, now 3 years. And I had a couple of my surgeries, and like I didn't get to know Miss Crone too well until like she noticed that I wasn't myself, and I had to get my vascular malformation and like my tonsils, and it was a lot because it was like one thing after another, and like I wasn't very strong in math, and like math is not my like best subject. But now ever since I met her, I was like, I love math. I'm like, Miss Crone, I got a 90 on this. And I'm like, I did it. You were right.
Oh.
It's so easy.
And what did she do? What were some of the things that Miss Crone did? You know, you can't trick a kid into liking math, but how did she make it something that you didn't really like to something that became one of your favorite subjects?
She went out of her way just to like stay after school. And I'm a busy kid, and she knows that. And even with like she knew I had a big responsibility on my hand, taking care of my doctor's appointments and etc. So she just stayed and said, hey, just stay for this 10 minutes and like I'll help you get through this and that. And I was like, thank you so much. And we slowly started to understand the problem and like, just working through math. It was hard. It was definitely hard. I wanted to like quit, and I'm like, Miss Crown was like, you got this.
Wow.
She would treat me to baked goods too in class, and I'm like,
So she bribed you with food. Is what is really what you're trying to say.
She did.
It's all about the food and yeah, a little math mixed in. Jess, so nice to hear this about the staff, and again, your positive relationships with the kids and the adults. Ryan Ross, what a beautiful story. Miss Crone, Mr. Spears. It's nice to hear these things. Coach Wright, really nice. Jess, it's January 2025. Just a few months left here, and then you're going to turn the page. You're going to go on to different places and different experiences. What are some goals you have? What are some things that you're looking forward to after your time here at Port?
First of all, I'm looking to graduate
Yeah.
and have that big moment with my class where I'm like, guys, we did it. But after high school, it's going to be a new chapter, so it's going to be hard at first, but I plan on making new friends, meeting new people, especially when I know a couple of the students after graduating high school are also there. So I'm like, I have Port over there in Utica
A
too.
number of students there at Utica. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Your quarterback for your football team will be
Yes.
there. Port Jervis graduate, absolutely. And so you're going to Utica. Are there some specific things that you want to achieve? You have some goals. I want to this. I want to that. What are some goals that you're looking to achieve while you're at Utica and beyond?
I want to experience, I don't know, mainly try new sports maybe. Clubs, I heard they had a cooking club, art club, and like let's try new things.
Yeah.
I love trying new things.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Well, we know you're going to do well there, and we're proud of you. How about that moment? You mentioned graduation, right? We're going to enjoy these last few months. There's some trips, activities, there's all kinds of stuff to prom. But when you throw that cap in the air and you hug your friends and you hug your teachers, what's going to be going through your mind there in June?
That I did it. I made it. Having to go through almost 8 surgeries in the past 5 years, knowing it was almost taking up like my high school, middle school year, and just I didn't quit. I did it. I had my family behind me. I had my friends. I have this huge community behind me, and just knowing that I had the support, and I will continue to have the support going to Utica or anywhere, just knowing that I have a family back in Port, and I will always come back and visit and come say hi. But yeah.
Help me close the pond.
Yes.
We're looking right across here for the courtyard at the high school, and Jessica has been tremendous. All 4 years has helped us open, the pond in the spring, and then close it in the fall. Each and every time, you, Officer Seeger, have helped, and to know that here's this young person looking to just help, not looking for any favors, not looking for anything, just looking to help, has been very inspiring. Very inspiring, Jess. You've inspired a lot of the adults here with your service, with your school pride. So once again, thank you for all of that.
Of course.
Yeah. Was there anything that you wanted to talk about, Jess, that I didn't ask you about?
I would say, I don't know. It's just there are a lot of memories back and forth. Mr. Sharisky, shout out to Mr. Sharisky.
Coach, championship coach, head
Yes.
football,
Yes.
the New York State championship coach, Jaharski.
Yes.
That Coach Jaharski.
That's
Yeah,
Coach
even he's a fan of Jess Sang.
So I would put Mr. Stellato through the headache of putting me into his gym class. And I'm like, I want him. No, because he had my family for the past years. And I was going through my third thyroid surgery, and I was so upset, so grouchy. And he was like, you better cut that attitude, Missy. And he was like, come, just walk. And I wouldn't want to do anything. And he was just there and just listening to me and just, being so open and knowing that, hey, even though you're going through this, you got it, and you're going to come out even stronger. And we would have the best conversation, the best laugh, and the best gym class, honestly. For the past 3 years, I was like, Mr. Stellato, the first day of school, I'm like, am I in Mr. Sharcy's gym class? So I'm like, you'll remember me for the rest of your life.
Nice. Hello, Ms. Babcock. I see you watching. Hi, Evan. Jess, it's really nice again to hear you talking about how the adults encouraged you, right? Mrs. Crone has math work to do. Mr.
Yeah.
Spears has class work to do with you, whether it was 8th grade or 12th. But it was those positive bits of encouragement that you remember and embrace so much. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Just great, Jess. Wow. You're going to do tremendous at Utica. They are lucky to have you. And like Jessica said, you have that foundation here. You have that those people here in your life. Jess, I like props. I got one of my props here, one of my newer props. I've used it on the show before, but it's a bird, and you're flying high. You're going to Utica. You're going to be doing track. You're going to be doing these things, but you do a lot. How do you find that balance in your life? How do you make sure it's not too much of one? Talk to me about finding balance in your life.
I would say time management is the biggest thing I learned. We always talk about time management and see how, why is it so important? Why is it important to have time management in life? Because if you don't have that, I promise you, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
And being able to, my parents, so it's hard for them because they don't understand too much English. So I have to take on the big responsibility of making the doctor's appointments or making sure that we go to them and everything. And school especially, they're like, are you sure you're going to be able to stay on top of your work? They were worried.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, I got this. Coming home with papers saying high on a roll. I'm like, Dad, see, I told you so. Put your trust in me a little bit.
So you mentioned time management. Give me some specific things. What are things that Jessica Sang does to manage that time, including I moved the podcast from yesterday to today? No problem, Mr. Murata. You got right back to me. What are some things you specifically do?
I would just say always, number one, seniors, check your emails. I have a calendar, a big calendar.
Paper
Yes,
calendar.
On my wall. And
it's in your room, in your house?
Yes.
Okay. How about Google? You use the Google calendar here?
No, not quite.
No.
Because I'm like, you wake up every morning and it's right by my door, so I know like what's going on. So I would write everything I have to do just right there, right in front of my face. So there's no excuses.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very cool, Jess. Those are good things there. Everyone's management style is a little different, but you certainly are on top of it because you're at every event. You're there. You're at the volunteering at the open house. You're at closing the pond with me. You're at your track meet. Just really on top of it. So. This is Jessica Sang, friends. Again, what a tremendous representation of Port Pride. We forgive her for wearing orange today, but we celebrate her too. Her decision, Utica. They are the pioneers, huh?
Yes, they
Cool.
are.
Very cool. Yeah, awesome. Jess, I like to end the show with Port Pride. So, what does Port Pride mean to you?
Port Pride is it's a goal. It's just you put pride into your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put the pride into what you do here. You wrote here that we're a big family. You've
Yeah.
mentioned that support system here, the people who have helped you, and being a family here in Port Jervis. To hear that and feel that has been great. Miss Niosi is saying hello.
Hi.
Yeah,
My favorite teacher.
You have a lot of favorites.
I have a lot of favorites, but like right now they change.
Yeah.
Especially Mr. Stellato.
Yeah.
Always on top of my schedule.
Taking care of you.
I don't know, Mr. Stellato.
Were you happy for the guys when they won the football?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, congratulations.
Yeah.
I was like, walk in. I'm like, you're gonna hear me every single day saying congratulations to you. And when I found out that I got into college, I was like, Mr. Stellato. I ran. Miss Nyland was like, what's wrong with that face? What's going on? I was like, I got it.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Well, Jessica, this was fun, and thank you for your time. Thank you for your dedication in Port Jervis.
Of course.
And again, to hear what you said today, but to have watched it over the last 4, 5, 6 years has been just tremendous. So you're going to do great at Utica.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're lucky to have you. Yeah. Jessica Sang, everyone, Port Jervis Senior, just one of our many, many incredible kids here. And, she's got her wings now. She's going to become a pioneer and be on her way. So we're proud of you, Jess. And certainly you did a great job today in the podcast. So if you're watching this on record, leave Jess a positive comment. If you're watching live, again, please jump in and say hello. So this was fun. What do you got coming up here? I mean, you've been off school kind of all week here. What do you got this weekend? You got anything coming up?
Scholarships.
Okay.
Deadlines.
You're working on that.
Yes.
Yes. One of those deadlines are early February, right?
February 1st.
Yeah.
You think you might have a day off? No, you don't.
No. Essays and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And catching up on work and making sure I'm on top of things. Staying ahead is so much easier and just,
You feel prepared.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of money. Our community is so generous with the scholarships. That's a beautiful celebration night, and to see the kids get that money that they deserve is great. And to see the generosity of the people here in Port Jervis. So good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully you walk out of there. Might need a wheelbarrow. All the, So Jessica Sang, friends, celebrating here in Port Jervis, her college announcement, as well as all of the great things she's done. When I think of Jessica Sang, I think of service and volunteerism, and really proud of you, Jess.
Thank you.
All right. Can I get a go Port?
Go Port.
Bam! Here we go, friends. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone. And thank you to Jessica Sang today. You did great.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.